I can feel they have a deeper female voice. I really feel an ice for some reason, but... I feel like they're like a top jungler for some reason. Fuck, who says this? The storm approaches. The storm approaches. I'm feeling melee woman. The storm approaches. I'm just feeling melee woman. I'm feeling like a breathy voice. I really thought it was Diana for some reason. Maybe I'm thinking too hard and it's like Kennen or Janna. Oh, I guess I should have known that. For some reason I had it pictured in my mind's eye. What the fuck is going on there? Oh, it's Kled. It's Kled. It's just upside down. Jousting. I think that's his... Yep. Emoji. Toilet paper. A Momo. Yep. Splash. This is like a Jade something skin. There's multiple people in this splash art, I think. Which is fucked. But this person in the foreground is who we're looking at, I believe. Is it Bard? I feel like this is Bard. I'm right. It's not multiple people. That's just his body. I was like, the beard looks like Bard. But I thought it was maybe someone in the background. But I was like, who else could this be up here? I was like, it's like the thing coming out of his trumpet. What is this called? Shanghai Scrolls, maybe? We'll do Shanghai Scrolls. Okay. And we'll flex that on Gabby. Alright, so I took a couple days off so I could focus on taking my LSAT test. Tomorrow we'll probably hook up with Sky again to do another pod. We're going to try and do that once a week. Double checking on my schedule for tomorrow. Yeah. Die wet. Live fast, die wet. Not... I have no idea what that means, Logan. I have no idea what that means. But I like it. But yeah, I took a couple days off to focus on taking the LSAT test. I feel medium on it. I think I did better than my first attempt, but I don't think I did like a personal best. Mostly because like I felt pretty good on the multiple choice, but the reading section, which was the first section, I could not focus on because I was mad. So it took me 1 hour, 6 minutes to complete the security check-in process because, let me say, proProctor, here's the program on my desktop, I'm highlighting it with my mouse. proProctor is one of the worst goddamn third-party companies that the Lsat could have sold out this process to. This is... Look, this is some things I'm about to say. No, because that will be an application that will be for the August test. I will talk about that in a second, but first I just have to complain. And I'm sorry if the things I say maybe seem slightly prejudiced towards Southeast Asians of any kind, because god damn it, why are all of the proctors Southeast Asians? It makes it an extra level of communication problem. Like, it was infuriating. So I had to retry the security check-in 5 fucking times. And this, let's be real, this isn't really Southeast Asians' fault. This is capitalism's fault, because your labor market is cheaper, so they, of course, fucking offshored this shit job to people that could pay literally nothing. But, my god, these people are incompetent. My fuck are these people incompetent. First off, the security check-in, let me just say, is security theater. If someone wanted to cheat, nothing they're doing is going to stop that. Because this is security theater. Like, they're fucking making me show behind my ears and in my ears like this. And like, show my wrists and do a quick turnaround of the environment with the camera. But, like, nothing in my surroundings is ever a problem on the security check-in. Here's what the problem was. So first, I was using this camera that is quite nice. It is a very expensive, nice camera. Right? The camera went dark for a microsecond because when I was having to move it around, it, like, unplugged a little bit, and I had to jimmy the thing in. Apparently, the proProctor thing, like, locks that shit down, so I had to close the whole program to turn my camera back on the first attempt. Whatever technical problem, I just made sure the cable was in there real nice the second time to make sure that wouldn't happen. I'll take blame on that first attempt. Technical error on my part. Brand new Proctor when I have to close the program and reopen it. So I have to start from square one. Square one is showing my ID. We get the ID, front and back. They, like, fucking take screenshots of it and shit. And then they decide this camera not being a webcam isn't allowed. So then I switch over to a webcam, and they make me close the program once again. Because apparently I can't swap over, I guess, so I swap over to a webcam. I guess I just assumed you'd be able to take the test in front of your tutor or something. That would be nice if you could just have... See, here's the thing. There's only 3 testing locations in the state of Tennessee. There's one in Chattanooga, there's one in Nashville, and there's one in Memphis. They say they're expanding locations because this is the last test that I just took, is the last test that they are allowing universal remote testing for. Now you will only be able to do remote testing if you are in extreme isolation from testing centers. Now, their current definition of extreme isolation is ridiculous, but I'll get to that in a second because I want to complain about the proProctor some more. So now I'm 3 attempts already on the security check-in. Right? You'd think Knox, especially since there's a law school in Knoxville. But, again, this is the fault of capitalism in that it's too fucking expensive to have many of these proctor locations, since the LSAC and the, like, law boards and stuff are not the ones proctoring the tests. The proProctor are the people here in the States who are also proctoring the physical locations. They're also doing the physical locations. I know, it's fucking ridiculous. The third attempt now, I'm using a webcam. The webcam is too, like, low focus and low res for the proctor to be able to read the information on my ID. Okay, whatever. They just used the screenshot from my previous attempt and tell me it's fine. We're moving on with the security check. They have an error on their end and tell me I have to close the program and start over. This is like the 5th time I'm having to do it now. I open back up. This next person cannot read my ID again and tells me there's nothing that they can do. And I'm like, no. I'm mad at this point. So I'm like, no. I've been doing this for 45 minutes already. Every single person before this was able to resolve the ID thing, including the person right before this who just used the previous picture of the ID. So you should have the previous picture. And they're like, I can't do that. I'm sorry, sir. I can't do that. I'm like, why could they? I don't understand. I just want to take the test. I've been stuck here for 45 minutes now, going through this security circus. Just put me through. A matter of fact, I don't even believe you can't read it, because there's a camera preview that I can see of my camera, and I can read it. So, you should be able to fucking read it. I'm like absolutely furious. They tell me this is why the webcam the preferred option over the standalone cam. Why is the webcam... I have no idea. I have no idea. The person who told me I couldn't use the camera did not elaborate. And I wasn't mad enough to push back at it at that point yet. I was like, whatever. I'm only pissed at this point because now the person is telling me there's no way to proceed. And that I have to contact technical support. And I'm like, what, is tech support gonna make my camera a different camera? This isn't a tech support thing. After arguing with the person for 15 minutes and then just stonewalling with me with, I'm sorry, sir. 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 I go, you're a bot, fine. And I close the computer. Or close the program. I try to contact the technical support like they said. Maybe magically they can do something. Technical support is literally a fucking bot. Not only that, technical support physically does not function. It's a chatbot, and the first thing it tells me to do is select the language preference. You might think, oh, did it have an interactable menu to select the language preference? Did you type in your language preference in the chat box? No, none of those things were able to be done, and I tried both of them. They sent a JPEG of a language menu in the chat box and told me to click the language selection on that JPEG to select my language preference. I am losing my mind. It is damn near 55 minutes at this point since I should have started my test. I simply plug in my first camera again and start back over. By the way, every single time it has been a new proctor when I load back in. It's a new proctor each time. This is the 6th time I'm going through. I'm just going with this camera that I'm using right now again this time. This person has no problem with it. I blast. Yeah, what kind of shit show is being run here? Exactly. None of these people know what the fuck they're doing or the fuck they're talking about. The 6th person is, again, just some Southeast Asian guy. This guy has no problem with the camera because I'm using the higher resolution camera. He can see my ID. He has no problem with the security check-in. We blast through the security check-in in under 3 minutes. He's like, wrists, I'm like, he's like, good, fingernails, good, like, I'm just like, and he's like, good, and then he's like, mouse, and I'm like, good, and he's like, show me front and back of mouse pad, good, and he's like, good, you can start. We blast through. An hour and 6 minutes in total passed by the time I was able to start the test. Here's the also kicker. These people that do the security check-in are not the ones that proctor and watch you take the test. They put you into a new department for that. And it's just some white guy. So, some white guy named Andrew something. Here's the reason I call this security circus. Right, Logan? I've taken a couple of these practice things on stream. You know what kind of questions they are. They're not questions you can have notes for that will help you answer them. They're logic puzzles. No previous information other than literally having the test already, like having the test answers already, could possibly help you. You would have to have somehow gotten someone that leaked the exact test you're taking. Because, by the way, there are at least 4 versions of the test that are in play at any given time. And there's a new 4 versions every single day of the test. At least, from what I understand. So you would have had to have found someone that got you all 4 versions of the test's answers and gotten them correctly, for certain that you would be able to have had an answer sheet with not just the answers, because the order of the questions is also random, of the 4 variants of the test. So you would have to have the full printout of all 4 tests, be able to identify them, and then be flipping through that shit to find the correct answers in your answer sheet, assuming you could even get such a thing. That's the only fucking way you could cheat on these, other than using AI. Now, from what I've heard online, AI is the #1 way people are cheating with these. None of the security theater stuff would stop you from using a AI, like answer bot, from grabbing your screen, like outside of your device. That's what you do, is you would have like a hidden camera somewhere that is zoomed in and focused in on your screen, that would be like would be trained to be able to scan what's on the screen and then read it and like select the answer, and that has been trained on Lsat. That is how, from what I've read, people are cheating, and there is no fucking way anyone can actually stop that. That's the sad truth. There's no fucking way anyone could actually stop that, because you can hide a camera anywhere. Cameras can be incredibly small. There's just no fucking way anyone could actually stop that. So, like, I don't know. Their method has just been to reduce the total number of people that can take it online, period. Which, I mean, I guess kind of fair, because I do understand that, considering that is an option for people that are tech savvy enough and willing to go into that level of cheating, it not only creates a problem of letting someone that is not qualified through, but it also devalues everyone else's answers, because if more people are able to cheat that way and make very high scores, then it means that the people who make lower scores No, I will not get my scores until close to the end of the month. I will not get them for like 20 plus days.